Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. Details of wife's affair haunts me. Can I reconcile? My wife and I have been married for 7 years, together for 10. I am 37, she is 32, and our marriage has been amazing up until recently. We get into occasional disagreements like every couple, but for the most part it has been loving, fulfilling and happy for both of us. While not as frequently as before, we still share an active and healthy life as well. She is truly my goddess, beautiful, smart, funny etc. and I take great pride in the lifestyle that I provide for us. While I work anywhere from 40-60 hours per week, she is a part-time professor at a community college as well as a yoga instructor, her passion. 4 months ago I was rocked when I curiously peeked through her email. There was an exchange with a male name I didn't recognize. I opened the thread to find that this man was emailing my wife statements of their affair while they shared sexually explicit banter. A rush of emotions came over me, but fortunately I had hours to compose from the rage and formulate a plan before she got home. I felt as though I was blindsided. I could not stop watching the 2 videos and could not fathom that the life I had worked so hard to build with her could be taken from me. I packed preparing to confront her and then leave for the night in order to sort things out on my own. I dropped the bomb on her and immediately she began to tear up and sob in front of me, admitting to it and profusely apologizing. I got upset and told her I would find another place to stay. Her crying went into hysteria. She was begging and pleading for me to stay. She called non-stop during the time I stayed at my brother's, leaving messages saying that she loved me and it was the biggest mistake of her life. After 2 weeks I missed her, so I went home to reconcile. I kept asking her how she could do this to me, and each time she replied with "I don't know" or "it just happened." I found out that he was a 27-year-old professor at the college and began working in my wife's department months prior. I told her my trust would have to be earned back, but she had already come up with a plan to earn my trust back, including cutting the guy and changing jobs, allowing me to track her phone and car, giving me access to her email accounts, submitting to an STD test, and going to therapy. I could feel the deep remorse and her desire to reconcile. Since then, she has been grateful for the opportunity I have given her, held up her end 100%, and generally been a very pleasant and loving person to be around. But if only the trust could fix the damage. Even with all this relationship progress, I can't fight the constant pain and torment that comes from thinking of the details of her affair. The memory of the videos is burned into my brain, and feelings of pain, humiliation, and embarrassment overcome me. This has led to much stalled progress as I have harbored much resentment for my wife because of it. Their was completely unprotected, and he was well endowed. She did things with this man that we as a married couple have never done, like wear different lingerie and enthusiastically perform more or less on him. It feels like a chore when she does it for me. What really hurts is that she had backsided with him and swallowed his stuff more than once. Those were 2 things that I asked her if she was willing to try in our relationship, and she would always detest referring to them as gross or degrading. But words cannot describe how much she degraded herself in this video. It makes me sick to picture the disgusting things she did, like licking his backside or give him oral directly following backside. But worst of all, she seemed more enthusiastic about all of it than she ever has about our life in 10 years. I have asked her why she would do such things and how she could do things with him that she refused with me. Her answer is always "I don't know." I am constantly being ripped apart seeking an answer to this question. Needless to say, my self-esteem is shot. I saw with my own eyes that this man turned her on more than I have, and she had a much stronger desire to please him. This has caused us to have intimacy problems ever since. Sincere answer is "I don't know." It is always running through my mind that it was because my penis was too small, that I'm too weak, or that I was an inadequate lover. These thoughts and feelings are causing so much emotional turmoil and built-up resentment towards my wife. She is putting in such a strong effort, but my feelings don't seem to go away or lose intensity. I would like to know if anyone else has dealt with such a problem. Is it fair to myself or my wife to keep trying to work it out? Any help would be much appreciated, as I feel like I am at my wit's end. That's hard, man. But you have to be honest with yourself. She probably did all these things with him because she's into him. You're just her stable man who provides good for her. You put her on a pedestal, but she's not really into you. That's hard to realize, but find out what you want. She wanted it all, the safe and stable home and the passionate lover on the other hand. This is the sad truth. Mind-blowing sex, especially for women, is like getting a high of heroin. Once you are hooked, you are not going to give up on it that easily. Having sex with that dude is a curse. She will never be sexually satisfied again with Op, I can almost guarantee that. That is why Op needs to leave. Op should not deal with a sex junkie. I don't know. That sentence is the reason why your reconciliation will fail and why your insecurities will grow further and further. I don't know. It is not an answer to a question, it is the attempt to evade that answer because she is afraid to say out loud that she wanted to impress her lover in a way she never wanted to impress you. She is afraid to tell you that she was afraid that he would lose interest in her if she wouldn't do that for him, and so she readily and happily did that. She is not ready to tell you that she took you for granted and never had a desire to do that with you because she just wasn't interested in doing that with you. She was always interested in these kinds of sex acts, but just not with you. I don't know if her way to tell you that she is not interested is to tell you that she doesn't know that answer right now, but that she will sit down, think about it and answer it to you tomorrow. I don't know if she wants to keep on telling you forever. I don't know is showing you that she is nowhere near ready to reconcile with you or to be the woman that you need right now. I don't know if it is her attempt to avoid the difficult topics. I don't know is nothing more but another step away from you. She knows, she is just not ready or willing to tell you that her lover meant something to her that you never did. Update: details of wife's affair haunts me. Can I reconcile? First post. I've been on the fence about whether I should give an update, but decided maybe it's good to write this down. I would like to thank all the people who reached out to me. I didn't expect to get so much support from strangers. I did get some nasty messages, but even those seemed to be helpful. So, over the last couple of months, we've been in therapy, but she wasn't very forthcoming as to why she did this. However, I eventually did find out why, but not through any therapy session. I think many of you already knew why and I just couldn't accept it. We were invited to her friend's 30th birthday party, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to get out. The party went pretty late, and my wife was really drunk. This is rare for her given her focus on yoga. I ended up calling an Uber and we went home. She was really loud during the ride home and it just annoyed me. When we got home I thought, given how drunk she is, maybe she would be more open to telling me about the reason for the affair. Before I continue, I think I should give you a little more background about my wife and myself. Over the last 5 years or so, I've gained over 50 pounds because of my total focus on career. Unfortunately, along with the weight I have premature graying hair. I've been promoted a number of times and my salary has increased significantly. I was doing this for us so she could be a stay-at-home mom when we have kids. So with the weight and graying hair I look much older than my actual age. My wife on the other hand, has become very fit over the last 5 years while becoming a yoga instructor. She still has her blonde hair. I would say she looks younger than her age. Usually, I didn't think much of this difference in looks, but I guess I should have. Thinking back, I remember a number of times where my wife was hit upon at the grocery store or if we were out with friends. So, back to my drunk wife, she did end up telling me more about the affair. She admitted that she found him attractive and fit. He would come by her office, they would go to lunch. He started taking her yoga class, which I didn't know, so they would hang out after that as well. He would flirt, which made her feel attractive, and progressively he asked more personal questions, which then moved on to sex talk. She thought he was aggressive, but she also liked the attention and it made her feel wanted. Still, she didn't think it would proceed further than that. But, one night at a faculty dinner, they both drank a little too much wine. My wife had forgotten something at her office and he walked with her there since it was dark outside on campus. After they got to her office, he kissed her and they ended up having sex on her desk. After that, it escalated from there. She never expected to do all those things, but he would be slightly more aggressive and push her during each of their encounters. She eventually just went with it and realized she enjoyed him being so dominant. She was crying as she was telling me all this, and kept saying sorry. She said that the guilt has been eating at her, and she said I didn't deserve to be treated like this given how good I've been to her. She just wished it never happened and doesn't know why she lost control like that. She kept saying she loves me. I said to her that basically she screwed this guy and let him do whatever to her because she found him attractive, wanted to make him happy, and didn't want to lose him. She cheated because she thinks I'm ugly. She kept saying no, but I know that is why. I told her that I need time to myself to process this. So, there you have it. I guess the reason is straightforward, but it still hurts. I haven't spoken to a lawyer, but did look into divorce in my state. It seems like according to the law, I have to pay alimony for half the length of the marriage, so 5 years, and it will be 40% of the difference in our pay, so about 40k. I also have to give her half of my 401k. I need to see if this is true, as I think this would be unfair given that she cheated. I'm also thinking of reaching out to the guy she cheated with. I found his Instagram, and what is disturbing is that he seems to have a girlfriend. So this is really crappy all around. No, your wife hasn't cheated on you because of anything you did or haven't done. She cheated on you for exactly one reason, because she wanted to do exactly that. If she truly was unhappy about your looks, then she could have talked to you, could have motivated you to start doing workouts or to dye your hair. Stuff like that can be worked out easily. But your wife didn't come to you because it never mattered to her. It only mattered when this guy made advances on her and she needed a reason to justify to herself why she couldn't resist. But I believe that she truly believes this because she told herself this lie all the time to allow herself to keep on cheating on you until she finally believed her own lie. Don't reach out to AP or to his girlfriend until you know how you want to go on. If you want to divorce, then it would most likely get nasty if you trouble her lover and she will make the whole divorce process troublesome for you. First make a decision about your future, then take the next steps. If you decide to try to reconcile, then tell her that you want her to go with you to his girlfriend and to tell her that the guy cheated on her with your wife. If you should decide to divorce, then meet with a lawyer first and do exactly what the lawyer tells you to do. I wish you all the best on your way forward. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. People don't cheat because they no longer find their spouse attractive. They cheat because they have no moral compass. They cheat because they are self-centered, uncaring, unloving, untrustworthy, assholes. None of those descriptors say one thing about you. And though you think she's been putting in all this effort, that she still blames it on alcohol instead of her moral failings, tells me she is years away from being a decent human being. Look, she knows what kind of person she is. That whole I don't know bullshit is simply using false ignorance. People aren't as unaware as you seem to believe. The real problem, and it's not one that is easily fixed, is that she is unwilling to admit the real reason she ducked this other guy was simply because she wanted to, over and over again, and really didn't give a duck about you. Now her narcissism screams, please don't divorce me, because I'll look horrible. You can test this theory by insisting that she comes clean to her parents, your parents, any siblings, and all your close friends. When she says she's rather get a divorce than do that, explain she better get started because if she doesn't, you will. We hope you have enjoyed this episode. Please help us grow. Hit that like button. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.